Hey everybody, welcome to Visual Communication Media. My name is Adam Rozeski. It's a pleasure to see each and every one of you. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Real excited to start moving on to the second half of this course after this week. Next week we actually get to work on technical communication, a new response type that deals with visuals that help people understand systems and digital elements and everything that deals with some type of screen or software in some ways will work, and that'll be cool. But for the end of this week, I figured I'd talk about logos and their importance and how they really matter based upon what type of design you choose in more ways than one. So just give everybody a heads up, finished all the grading. I also finished up anybody that gave me any updated grades from previous weeks, so that should be updated. If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, most of the time was pretty good so far this week. Pretty happy with that. Other than that, let's talk about logos. Do keep in mind you have your reply post due tomorrow night. At the end of the night, and then you also have your live lecture and your written assignment on Sunday. I'll also post a live lecture link as well for Monday in that area too. But other than that, let's get to it. So last part of the piece, and this will help you out with your assignment this week, is logos and how they're important, and they're much like symbols in some way that have multiple different elements and really add not only symbolism to them, but also using font and using different types of colors to really promote and show what that business is trying to make their culture all about and the product that they're selling. There's a lot of different techniques to really add to logos. Now, logos are a visual representation of the product company experience. They need to be simple and easy to understand. They need to translate sizes in any shape or form. So from as small as an Apple Watch to as big as a billboard, they need to be understood in more ways and in any typical sizes. And it has to directly correlate to that experience, right? So for example, we have the target for Target, the bullseye. Their goal is to be the target for you to find all the elements that you, or all the things that you need to shop at. It's the one-stop shop for everything. It's the target. It's the target of the place that you need to go to. That's the big thing. And then Nike uses the Greek athleticism for a Greek symbol for athleticism. They sell sporting equipment, and they also tie it into athletics in more ways than one. So it directly correlates for that style. Now, font size and format matter, must always be considered including cultural elements. Now, there's 7 different types of logos that companies tend to use a lot of times. First off is the abstract mark, and the abstract mark just uses different colors and different symbols to kind of tie and personalize that image all in one, much like the Pepsi logo. That's a big thing right there. Next, you also have the mascot logo. The mascot logo obviously uses some type of mascot or character or person to pitch their logo and identify that company. For example, the Colonel from KFC, and that's a big thing. Now, the combination mark is a combination of 2 or more marks or logo types in any other way. For example, Burger King uses an abstract mark to create a burger, and they also use what we call a word mark, where the company is spelled out in one letter or one word or sentence pretty much as the logo. Burger King uses both. So, and as you can see in the word mark down below, Google, just spelled Google a lot of times, and that's it. That's the word mark right there. It's using the name of the company as the logo. Now, do keep in mind, you can't have a massive logo or a massive word that is your logo. That can be really hard, especially if you're like a big organization or company that has multiple names. For example, the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's tough to make a logo out of 3 gigantic words right there. So that's why they initial it to FBI, which is called a letter mark. Much like the example we have over here, which is NASA. National Administration of Space Association. Obviously, you have those 4 words right there. Kind of hard to say that out loud and really put that on a logo and a visual, so making it into an acronym, which is called a letter mark, works really well. Now, the one in the middle of those is the pictorial mark. No words used at all, just an image to describe what that company is and what they represent. Apple Computers, the apple with the bite mark out of it, it's the black apple. It used to be a rainbow apple back in the 80s, but that's the image for Apple. And the final one is an emblem logo. This logo right here is really meant for traditional families, organizations, schools, different groups, companies that really deal with traditional elements in a lot of ways. They use emblems, and usually they kind of resemble like knights and families, heraldic symbols back in England and the United Kingdom. So, for example, this is Harvard's Harvard uses the wreath with the name on it, and then the shield with 3 books attached to the shield with the word Veritas on it, which is the Latin word for truth. And obviously that ties into their school and being the one place to find knowledge and truth in that way. So they use visuals to really tie into making what that experience is in more ways than one. These are 7 good examples to do that. Now, really by taking a look at all that, this is a good intro into helping out your assignment this week, since you're comparing 3 logos of a similar cuisine to showcase what you can. So this is a good example of really kind of seeing just the basic and introduction of where logos can go into in detail, and that really helps out. Other than that, that's all I got this week. So hope to see everybody for a lecture on Monday. Other than that, if you have any questions, let me know. Be safe, have fun, enjoy, take it easy, and I'll see everybody on Monday. All right, take it easy. Bye.